All right, this is the Air Conservation Commission meeting. It's Thursday, October 24th, 2019. Confirmation of agenda, any changes?
I have one recommendation that we move the RDA for the Hutchisons up to the beginning of the agenda since they are here and no one else is coming to sit with us at the table.
All right.
Sure you don't want to put them at the end?
I asked them, they said no.
You could watch the whole proceedings.
The offer was made.
All
It
right.
was a negative. Sorry.
Motion to approve the agenda as amended.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Meeting minutes?
Forgot about those. Nope. Uh-oh.
I have some.
I do. Not good.
Any comments or corrections?
No page number issues this week.
Motion to approve the minutes as written.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any announcements?
Just a reminder that the Nashua River Watershed Association 50th anniversary celebration is coming up at the beginning of November. And Marion's called specifically today to make sure everyone knows about her party.
Oh, sorry. She calls it her party.
No, I call it her party. It's a lot to celebrate, but that's the only announcement.
Is that on the 2nd?
That was the 7th.
7th? I
7?
think it's the 7th.
It's in the minutes.
It's in the minutes, right here, under
But I don't
announcements.
have.
November 7th at Devon's, $25 per person for hors d'oeuvres, dessert, and dancing. And RSVP to the Watershed Association website.
What day of the week is that?
I suspect it's a Saturday, but I don't really know.
Any accounts payable?
We have one, we've got the last bill from Solitude for the pond treatments this year.
He still owes the report, right?
Yes. And I should start asking them for that now.
Should we hold off on paying the last bill till we get the report?
Does it say when it's due, kind of net 30 kind of deal or what?
Yeah, it's due August 31st.
Oops.
Even though the treatment was done like September something.
September 6th.
But we still don't have the report.
I think we can wait at least one more meeting.
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, so give them a phone call.
Yeah.
We will not pay in full until all services are rendered.
Right.
All right, our first issue is a request for determination of applicability, 20 Calvin Street. Come on up.
2 chairs. Both come on. All right.
Oh, look at that picture.
Look at that picture.
Wow, I know that place.
Yes. Would you like to tell them about this place and what it is you're?
Okay, so we've been there a couple of years, and there's one tree that has been bothering us because it is tall and completely dead. And the storm last week, we were afraid of it, but previously what happens is the bark is being blown off and out onto the road and onto our yard. And it's just this big shell of a tree, which I do believe might miss our house only because it's blocked by another tree there. But if it hits and rolls, it will hit the road, and it could hit any. We have a lot of walkers, bikers, joggers, carriages and stuff going by there, and I just
small
think
children.
it's kind of a liability, and I would like to have it taken down. I got a quote from Timber Pros, and I will get at least one or two more before I decide who is going to do it, but I just think it's dangerous, and I'd like to remove it.
So there's that one, there's a little one next to it that's also dead.
That's
right?
true. There is another, a dead one that's about 6 inches. And there's one down on the end, a maple that had fallen and not died, but it's leaning out by the road. And
That's the
yeah,
one.
It's a real,
yes, it's right out there. And I trimmed it so that I can get a lawnmower under it. But I thought while we're at this, I might put all 3 on that list. So those 3 trees are the ones that we'd like to remove.
So here it is, and it's interesting because it didn't tip its roots out. It's just really decided to.
did it, well, it hit that rock, didn't it? Is that what's
It's actually, we
supporting it?
looked closely and it's not
It's
touching
not
anything.
touching.
It just took a fall for some reason, maybe underneath
Maybe
this.
Do you think maybe the ice in the winter kind of makes it bend? I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, it's been like that for 6 months maybe.
And then, not surprisingly,
Oh,
This
beaver,
happened.
yes. And maybe it's related, maybe he got to the roots, but we do have a beaver that is going to town on some of our trees.
He's very ambitious.
very ambitious.
Chicken wire or whatever.
It's
around it.
buckthorn. This is buckthorn.
Still, chicken wire.
Oh, we don't want buckthorn. It's that horrible invasive.
Yeah, but for other things that
Oh,
are
for,
non.
Trees you
right,
want.
for things you want to keep.
Oh, okay.
Keeps them away.
So the beaver made a good choice.
He did.
Did he get approval first though?
Do they ever?
There is considered maintenance work there, and I think
See, they're local inhabitants.
Those 3 trees? Those are-
That's those 3 trees, yes.
2 are dead.
how close is are the big ones?
The
like,
big
from
one,
the road
I
or
measured, from the road, I'm not sure. I measured 16 feet from the bank. I guess the road might be 30 feet.
It might be 30 feet.
Yeah.
Are you standing at your house? Is that?
Yeah, the edge of the house.
I'm assuming it's like looking this way, right? That picture, looking that way?
Yes, that's correct. So, yeah, it's up on that yard looking down. From the corner of the house is where that was taken.
Yep.
You get the copy.
I got one too.
So I'm channeling our absent person, and would it be adverse to chop off the top and leave 15, 20 feet-ish of sorts to let woodpeckers and bugs invade and enjoy it and have fun with it? Or would that be
I
extremely
guess we
unsightly?
could. I just think it would look odd, having a 20-foot post sticking up there.
A phone pole.
I don't have a problem with the whole thing going. You just can't take the stump out.
The roots, south
Right.
stump, yeah.
There's always the option also of planting another tree or 2 or
Right.
3 somewhere on your property to compensate.
Yeah.
We just planted a blue spruce, I don't know if you saw them up there, and a white pine, right to the right of where that picture is taken on that
Okay.
hill. And
Okay.
that was to hide an air conditioning condenser. So, but
Okay.
they were just planted last month.
Okay.
And yes, we'd be happy to put another 1 or 2 down, which is fine.
Anything but buckthorn.
Okay.
That's right.
Anything else? Okay. Have a motion to issue a negative determination.
So move.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. So,
And I have it all ready to sign.
Okay.
I'm just making sure I checked a box. I did check a box.
I was just walking down that road,
Do you live there, near there?
down the street, yeah.
Okay.
And I just thought, why is that tree?
It's good, see, you understand. And there is, we have a lot of pedestrian traffic, don't we? I
Oh,
mean,
yeah.
It is a busy,
Yeah.
around that pond, people love to walk and bike and strollers and everything.
And there's the occasional turtle crossing.
That is the spot where they cross.
I love the
Yes.
It's a cool spot.
All right, we're gonna be so efficient tonight. I'm gonna go across the way and copy this and deliver it to you right now.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
Thank you for moving us up in the agenda. That's
You're missing a lot.
nice.
You can stay.
You could.
or you can go home and watch it on TV.
That's right.
C-SPAN, right?
Can we tape it and watch it later?
Sure.
It will be.
We'll probably talk about you after you leave.
Oh, okay.
She'll be on TV though, right?
Oh, yeah, never mind.
Love it.
What is the thing on the beavers, though? If they, some of those, one of them back in there, I don't think you could tell by the picture, but was pretty big of a tree, and they didn't get through it all. And they left this core in the middle, and they went around and maybe got distracted or got something else. But I heard about the chicken wire, and yes, we could do that if we saw a tree that we wanted to really protect from them. There's a lot of them along there. And I definitely would protect some of those big pines, which are beautiful. We love those. And the maples and all. And I don't know all the other trees, but they just seem to come at night. And the next day I look and I see new chips and, you know.
Yeah.
They got big teeth.
They really do.
They do.
Impressive.
Yeah, so there's not really a good defense. I mean, I just,
Raptor tree.
The chicken.
rapid, yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're sort of protected for the most part in
Yeah.
Massachusetts.
And-
When people say trap them, really it's trapping and killing them because you can't move them to another town or county, so.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm not going to be doing that, but I love their lodges. They can build some good stuff. They really are pretty good.
Yeah.
Amazing.
They're amazing considering their brains are about the size of a walnut. What they can accomplish really is remarkable.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Anything anything else from us? or- All right, we'll let you carry on, but thank you
Yes,
very much.
Thank you so much,
Well,
everyone.
thank you for coming to see us.
Good luck.
Thanks.
All right, next item is a continued public hearing, 54 and 56 Littleton Road, file 100-0436.
After a back and forth with our applicant's engineer, we have orders that are ready to sign.
Sweet.
There's one issue we wanted to discuss about the timing of the reports.
He accepted us leaving it the way it was.
Okay.
I wouldn't have wanted to change that one either.
And he also accepted us leaving the erosion control
Yeah.
situation the way it was presented.
Okay. So, there are no more comments, questions?
So with regards to, so this is again, are they amending the NOI or not, or?
So the updated NOI has
Revised.
been sent to DEP
Right.
as additional information. So it doesn't replace the initial NOI, but the initial NOI had some errors in it
Right.
and was lacking in some areas.
Right.
So while DEP says there is no requirement in the Wetlands Protection Act for them to submit, DEP completely understood why we would ask them for a complete NOI,
Right, a revised one.
a revised one.
Right, and
So-
so to their point, it doesn't technically replace the original,
No,
which is, I think, maybe how they interpreted it, but we were just saying, we would just like something that's revised to correct what our peer review identified as errors, correct?
exactly. And so in the permit, I have the date that they submitted the original,
Okay,
which was sometime in May, and then an updated NOI submitted October 1st.
okay,
So they're, both those dates are on that one line.
okay.
Submitted October 1st?
Mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
So, as a general policy, do we want to, I mean, I see their point that in the hearing process, changes are made to plans and so on. But is there a distinction between an NOI that has factual errors versus changes that occur in the process of the hearings in terms of figuring out where we need a revised NOI or not?
Yeah, I don't think that's the thing, it's like, it's not spelled out anywhere, right?
Right.
So, again, while they were potentially arguing the fact that the NOI, you know, you don't have to revise it, the conditions and the terms and everything are spelled out in the order of conditions.
Right.
But that was really, it really had nothing to do with the reason we were requesting the revised NOI. It's because it had errors on it.
Right, that's what I'm, yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, unless we can, well, I guess there's no place to really point to it in the Wetlands Protection Act, but
Right.
maybe that's something we need to make sure we
So interestingly,
identify later on, right?
at our last meeting, another engineer, just as I was about to say, could you fix this mistake that you made in the NOI by checking both yes and no for one question? They checked both boxes. He said, oh, I'm ahead of you. Here's our revised NOI and a revised plan. So he knew to do that without being asked.
Right. And I think our peer review, Chase it was, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think he even identified that, I mean, if in the peer review they're recommending that should be done, then it sounds like it's not the first time it's ever been done in the world, right?
Right.
Right, and as Jess said, over the course of the week, you guys get the information from the peer review, but it's your decision ultimately. The peer review doesn't really have anything other than a advisory.
Yeah, it's just another engineer's opinion for
Mhm.
us to, like you said, take under advisement.
Yep.
And again, I think we're on solid standing to say that the reason we requested the revised NOI is there were errors.
Right.
So,
Yeah, there was a lot of pushback, and then all of a sudden it got submitted to DEP. So they've got it, we have it, the orders are, refer back to both versions of the NOI.
and reflect the changes that we'd like to see
Mhm.
for the order of conditions.
Right,
Again, regardless of what the information that went into the NOI,
yeah.
either of them. So, I'm good.
Good.
Okay.
Well, George, so going forward, because Cal was raising this, that they've never done it in all their
Right.
years.
25 years.
And we never used to require this in all cases. So what was your reasoning for also wanting a new NOI submitted?
Well, I think if we look at it at the beginning of the process, then we should correct the NOI going down if we had come across something during the hearing process later on. Then it would have been, you could have just submitted a letter or something.
Yeah.
I think up front we should have the information as correct as possible.
So, so that was sort of what I was trying to say, is like, one of the lines in the sand for us would be if it's got a lot of errors that needs to be corrected. If we're making changes and they're making changes to the plans because of us, that's a different matter. Don't need the NOI. So, okay. So that's a really good, clear way of putting it to them.
And there were pieces missing. The data sheet was missing. The narrative was very brief.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess going back on all the different items that Chase identified, right? You think about it, there were a lot of things that were in there that were basically errors that they were pointing out. And it's like, you could look at it as being nitpicky, but maybe there wasn't a bunch of things that were considered substantive. And so maybe that's where they took a little bit of offense to it. It's like, well, you're just looking for any little error. It's like, well, but it's an official document, so it kind of needs to be correct.
Well, yeah. And if you say you're including your data sheets and they're not there, that's a significant omission.
Yeah, but I mean, I guess, again, that's, is that something that maybe we end up requiring going forward on many of these things, because, our time to be able to go and verify all that data might be somewhat challenging, right?
Yeah.
So it was a good exercise.
It was.
Very informative.
My recommendation is that perhaps our chair wrote a letter that sort of stated succinctly this is what we're doing going forward, or we're not. I don't know, it just to say, look, we do require initial applications to be complete and factually correct. One of the issues here was it wasn't, and then there were changes also, but because of I don't know, it might help us down the road.
Help to defend our position.
Or we could put this in the minutes and then send them a copy of the minutes.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's nothing else. Have a motion to approve the order of conditions, sign it, and close the hearing.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, next item, determination of applicability, 103 Oak Ridge Drive.
Here's the negative determination for that.
So we have approved all this, it's just signing.
Yep, we approved on the 10th.
Yep. This is the removal of the two smallish hemlock hazard trees.
A lot of hazardous trees out there.
Right.
Near the shed, that one, right?
Near the shed, right.
All right, next item is a determination of applicability, 5 Mountain View Ave, again
And
for signing.
there's the negative determination.
And actually, if we copy that tonight after the meeting, I'll take that to us.
Okay.
Hand delivered.
Hand delivered.
I don't sign this one. I'm recused.
Okay.
It's a lot of
You
people
think?
saying anything.
Hmm?
It's still enough people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Thank you.
All right, remind me at the end,
Actually, I'll need to put it over.
in the middle or something, right?
All right. Next, we have a request for partial certificate of compliance, Lot 12, Trevor Trail.
And 13.
Here you go.
Hello, how are you guys?
Good.
Good, how are you?
Good.
So we have these on one at a time, Lot 12 and Lot 13.
Okay.
But
The same conversation.
it is the same conversation. So in your packets, you have,
These are both the same. Are they still both the, they are both the same order,
yes,
I think.
yes, this is kind of complicated.
Yeah.
We don't have to make it complicated.
You made it complicated.
Diesel Direct made it complicated.
Yes, that they did. So there's a letter from CJ, there's the two requests, there's a plan that shows up in a very blurry version on the screen, and then there's also this plan in the screen. So I will turn it over to CJ so he can explain this all.
Okay, so lots, if you look at the map, you guys have it in your packet?
Yeah.
It's very small, but what I did is I went to planning board, because I've had these two lots in the subdivision as of February 24th, 2018, when the oil spill happened. So I said, hey, how can I, A, sell these two lots, and B, get the road accepted by the town? And so I went to planning board and we did two A and R lots, lot 12A and lot 13A. So now we have four lots or parcels, what you want to call them. Parcel B and parcel A are the areas that are affected by the oil spill and are affected for the order conditions that the commission put on Diesel Direct.
Right.
Which if you click, if you would join the next map, the top right there, so there's the original lot 12 and 13. What I did is I took out all the areas affected by the oil spill, which are,
Basically a line like this.
yeah, you have it in the line. I wish I could superimpose that line on that map, but I'm not that.
This is the way it's drawn on this little guy, right?
Correct, yeah. That's the accepted plan from planning board. So what I'm asking is lot 12A and lot 13A have a partial release of the order of conditions that the commission has on Diesel Direct, because none of the work that Diesel Direct had to do was on the new A and R lots.
Right.
It still has, I still have to deal with, I still own them, parcel B and parcel A with that order and everything else. So if that gets released, we still have the order conditions on the approved subdivision plan from 5 years ago from planning board.
That
And
that
that-
also covers these two lots.
Correct.
So you're not
Actually,
getting
all
the-
four lots.
Yeah, exactly.
So you're actually asking for a COC for somebody else's order.
That is now on, because I formed these two new lots. Now this order of conditions has nothing to do with me or these two lots or anything from Diesel Direct. So in that way, basically what I want to do is get the road accepted, and we have a lot of drainage issues and water issues coming through that if I can finish the road, open the catch basins, bring it up to planning board approved grades and everything, that'll go away. Which has been, I've been here before on the table talking about it, so that's what we want to happen. So this is what I came up with to make that happen.
I have talked to DEP about this, and this is not out of the realm of possibility. This is something that we can, CJ can ask for partial COC on somebody else's orders that are covering his property.
And the commission also has the order conditions pre-existing
Right,
on these lots.
yep.
Okay.
So is it allowed that you can subdivide away from a order of conditions?
The planning board approved it.
Okay.
This is an approved plan from the planning board, signed and recorded.
These.
Correct, yeah.
Right, but the planning board's approval has nothing to do with our order of conditions.
Correct.
So you cannot subdivide away from, to get away from an order of conditions, because
Okay. Yeah, that's what I
it
was
follows
No, I
the
get you.
underlying,
Okay.
I know they're still there.
yeah.
Yeah. But like I mean, like you
The
said,
original lot was this?
Yes.
you still own the other parcels that
So you just
you have to
cut
take
it
care of.
off.
Have to take care of it.
Yeah, yeah.
Got it.
And
Or
also,
follow the order of conditions.
right, and also Omni received a letter, which I wasn't gonna print out because it's 553 pages, that they have, whatever it's called here, I put it in the letter. Permanent solution statement with no conditions. So they've completed all the work they have to do in the affected area, which is to the right of this line here.
Right, as far as the cleanup itself goes.
They still have conditions they have to monitor and do all
That's
the
what I
other.
was
Right,
saying,
and
is
that's-
the remaining condition just monitoring and,
Well, so there's the issue of the cleanup, and then there's the issue of the permit to actually conduct the cleanup, and they're two separate issues. So they can close out the cleanup, but that doesn't have anything to do with our order of conditions that was put in place for the cleanup. Does that make sense?
And we had like a 2-year,
Well, I think it's 3,
2 or 3 year, yeah.
that they have to do X
Yeah.
this for you guys in this
Yeah.
amount of time and monitor.
So Omni's actually on the agenda the 21st of November to come talk about the order of conditions on the work of the cleanup. But the work of the cleanup in the wetland is completely different than the actual oil spill cleanup.
But again, these two, the 12A and 13A were not involved in the area that had to be cleaned up.
Right.
Does that make parcel A and parcel B inaccessible to develop? I mean,
To develop,
or, yeah,
It- there's no frontage on it.
Right.
There's no frontage on it. It's a landlocked parcel
yeah,
as this stands. As far as cleanup goes, am I gonna say, I had to give permission to Omni to even set up a staging at the end of Trevor
Right.
Trail.
yeah.
So I've already, there's precedence there that I'm gonna do what I have to do to get it cleaned up. So, yeah, if they're gonna get in somewhere,
yeah, I didn't do that myself.
so, all right, if you go back to the subdivision plan, the big one, it's not on this map. See right where the arrow is right now, the cursor?
Yep,
That's lot 10
Yeah.
of Riley Jane Farm, okay?
And it goes,
And it goes all the way back to the wetlands and the swamp that goes to Washington Street, per se, and across over and behind Madigan Lane. So if 13A and 12A are sold, and I don't own them, and the landowner says, we're not letting you get through here to clean up the back part, we have access to that.
okay.
There's enough frontage on Pleasant Street Extension, and there's gonna be no problem accessing it through that way. That's basically down the power lines.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, I mean, New England Power has an easement across that regardless. So there has to be access back to parcel B in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, we
At
have
the
an
end of the
easement.
day, though, yeah,
I have an easement on their
Probably never be able to
easement.
sell it or somewhere, I'll figure that out, yeah.
So at the end of the day, when everything's cleaned up, I go to the people that own the 12A and 13A and say, hey, look, this is clean. It's basically part of your property, always was. What's it worth to you? Because right now I'm paying real estate taxes on it and I have losses too. So I'm looking for a win-win for the commission, the town road acceptance, and that's all I want to do.
So eventually you
You
could
could donate
take
it.
A
You don't want
and B and sell them to the owners of these two to
Yeah.
go back to the
Correct.
original. If you
Or like you said, or I could donate it to the town. The quicker I alleviate this issue for all of us is better.
The better.
Or National Grid could put a tower station sitting there.
Always thinking.
Okay, any more questions? All right, so have a motion to issue a certificate of compliance for lot 12, Trevor Trail.
or 12A.
12A.
12A. Yeah, and I since the order was on lot 12, that's why I put lot 12 on the form, though we're only certifying 12A. So I think that's what's gonna go on the certificate.
Yeah,
Is something to the effect of the 12A portion of the original lot 12? Something like that?
Something like
I
that.
mean, you could
Okay.
even put an addendum in that it's parcel B and parcel A, however you want to phrase it
Yeah,
in there.
and we'll refer to the plan and.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, this, yeah, okay.
Okay.
So moved?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay. Next item is request for partial certificate of compliance, lot 13A, Trevor Trail, 100-0415. You both the same number?
Same
Yeah,
order of
because
conditions.
it's in the same order
Okay.
it's the diesel direct order.
Right,
Right.
okay.
I never said this was gonna be easy.
And the date on this plan is 9/24?
On the new one for the two A and R lots?
Yeah.
Yes, yep. Tuesday.
So this lot, I got a lot of questions.
I can probably answer them. Between me and Joanne,
Yeah, we've talked a lot about this.
for 2 years almost.
Anything left to be said? Okay, we have a motion to approve the certificate of compliance.
So moved?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Good.
Okay.
Thank you. So I'll get the certificate Monday. I'm not-
Monday.
No rush.
I'll just send it to you. Yeah.
Well, we can,
Great,
why don't we
thank you.
have me review it before you send it out?
Oh, yeah, sure. Yep. On a Tuesday, say? Okay. So
I can wait till Tuesday.
you might have to wait till
I
Wednesday.
can wait till Wednesday. I've waited a year and a half. Everyone, thank you. Have a great night.
You too.
Thanks.
Moving right along.
Okay. Discussion of Town of Air Pine Meadow Conservation Area Pond Leveling Device Installation,
All right.
AKA Beaver Deceiver.
Beaver deceiver.
I was wondering what that was.
Leveling the dice.
Yes, yes, yes.
Do we, wait, are we signing the COC?
They're not ready.
Oh, okay, so they can't go out next week anyways, right?
Right. So we're gonna review them before they get signed.
Right.
Right.
Okay,
Sign with the next meeting.
Yep.
But
Okay. So before I show you the pictures of this beaver deceiver that went in on Monday, we have to decide what kind of a notice of intent we're going to file after the fact. Whether it's a DEP wants a notice of intent for this, but it seems to me like we could probably give them an abbreviated notice of intent.
There really isn't much difference in
No.
terms of work, so let's give them the full thing.
The full thing, okay. All right, well, so Monday was a beautiful, beautiful day, and I had the great good fortune of walking out to this gigantic beaver dam. This is about 6.5 feet from the top of it to the bottom of it. It's huge.
And is this looking at it from the bridge area?
The bridge is much
From that
further
side.
downstream.
But from that side?
Yes.
Yeah,
So the bridge is behind me.
exactly. But don't switch it yet.
Okay.
6.5 feet.
Yeah.
It's a very impressive
Very,
structure.
very impressive. So Mike Callahan and his helper John came out and dragged all this stuff down the hill. It really was a remarkable amount of work. So here's John inserting the 15-inch flexible pipe into
15-inch.
Yep, outside diameter.
Yeah.
And here's Mike making a notch in the beaver dam. About a second after this picture was taken, he looked up at me and said, "This is glamorous, isn't it?" So they turned this end of it into a boat by tying these pontoons onto it so they can float it out into the beaver pond. So here it is floating on the far side with 40 feet of this flexible pipe. And Mike is wrangling this hardware cloth into cylinders that get slid over the pipe so that the beaver won't chew on the pipe, on the noisy end of the pipe.
Wait, what do they put on?
It's like chicken wire on a stump,
Yeah,
or a truck.
exactly.
Gotcha. Okay.
So John said, "You know, it's about this time of year that I'm not too excited to go swimming anymore." And he did. He ended up right up to his chin. He filled his waders. Yeah.
Had to be cold.
Oh, to be young. So see this tree right here? This was an oak tree about this big that the beavers cut down, and it fell into the pond almost parallel to the dam.
Yeah.
So Mike is in the process of threading this pipe underneath the tree to get it into the notch in the beaver dam. So here he is putting the cylinder of chicken wire over the pipe, and there were two of those cylinders that went over. And the water is just gushing through here. There's an awful lot of water. And this is the little cage that goes on the very end of the pipe that sticks through the dam itself.
The outlet end.
Yep.
Okay.
So all of that's going to get settled down in the notch. And here's the water coming through the pipe. And Mike covering the cage structure over. And while this is not really politically correct to say, I'm quoting him, he said, "The beavers are going to know this was a terrorist job." And then I came back to the office after this, so I haven't seen it since Monday. He predicted the beavers would be back and try to patch up the top where he had made his notch. But the pond was down about a foot from what it was this summer when it had flooded the trail, and his hope was to lower the level of the pond another foot, so 2 feet from its floodiest. So I
Yeah.
let DPW know it was in and that they could be expecting the bill.
The bill? Oh, DPW.
Yes.
And that's back to more or less the original, or the height before they,
Well, so if the dam is 6.5 feet tall, now we're gonna have about 4.5 feet of water behind the dam instead of 6.5 feet of water.
And that outlet, that cage that he put, it looks like it is sitting right on essentially the very
Bottom.
edge of the dam or whatever. It didn't come down further. That, where you had just had the last picture, that was pretty much that's its end location.
Yep, this is really, you can't really tell from this angle, but it is kind of even with the downstream side of the dam.
Uh-huh. I guess it just looks like maybe the black pipe should have came a little bit further this way, but I'm sure they know better than I. It just looks like it would fall out.
It's pretty well settled in that notch. Yeah, yeah. And the cage has these legs on it that they bent so that they go into the grooves in the corrugated metal. So it locks
Right, it hooks.
itself onto that pipe.
Okay.
Yeah, it was
Nice.
it was really fun to watch, and they really enjoy what they're doing. And I think Mike is glad to not have to be the one to go swimming in the middle of October. And so this is John actually emptying the water out of his waders. Yep. And you can see this little bulge right here is water in his. He had sort of a neoprene, not quite wetsuit, that the water went down. There was a lot of water. All right, so full-blown notice of intent. I will have that ready for next meeting,
Okay.
and some orders to go with it.
Did they weigh that down with, like, was that cinder blocks that they used?
Yep, cement blocks, concrete blocks. Yep, that were wired on to the pipe.
So you have to run the ad in the paper?
Yeah.
We don't have to notice the butters because the whole town's in a butter and it's way beyond any abutting the butters. Okay.
Yep.
Cool.
All right.
Crisis averted.
Next question. How many of these do you have? I know it was a couple of years ago, there was one installed. Was this a new replacement one, or is this another one?
This is a brand new one.
Brand new. So you still have another one too installed?
In the dam up above this one.
Okay.
Yep.
All right, okay.
Yep.
And then there are others in a few other spots in town.
Oh, all right. So how many total do we have in the town then? 4, 5?
Behind the fire station, the two here now, Long Pond,
I think that's it.
for us, and then there's the one by Rosewood Avenue,
By the solar field.
the solar field.
It's not really a beaver deceiver, though. That's just kind of a cage to keep them out of the culvert.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's really meta.
The
That doesn't
one
go
in
through
Long
the
Pond
dam.
isn't ours. Oh, it's a development.
No, the one by the Boy Scout Bridge,
Okay,
that is ours.
okay.
The Long Pond Dam.
Yeah,
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 the one at Long Pond View Estates is not ours.
right.
So 4 or 5 in total. Yep.
Thanks.
That we know about. There may be others.
All right, next is discussion. Yeah, wetlands bylaw town meeting presentation.
Okay. Set to go.
Let's see. Bylaw for town meeting. go. So these are the slides that Jess is going to present. I got an email from Robert today that said any slides for town meeting had to be to Cindy by noon tomorrow. So how would you like to do this, Madam Presenter?
Well, I'm actually going to defer to our chair. What do we want to go over tonight? So why don't you just quickly run through the slides?
Okay.
Didn't you make, we had one slide we wanted to
Yep.
look at 3 different versions
Yep.
of? The rest haven't changed from our presentation, right?
Right. So here's the why we're doing this. Vital services. Our outreach process, I did change this to words and numbers rather than just numbers.
Oh, good.
I think it reads better.
Yeah, that,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
totally.
So there are 3 versions of this slide, and the green highlighted bullet is, what do you want to say about the green highlighted bullet?
What do you think would be the best wording for town meeting presentation?
For the green one?
Yep, so there's this
This?
option,
Okay.
there's this option, or this option.
Go back to the first one, please.
It's sort of like option 1.
Can you do the,
There's
But,
2.
I've been seeing this,
Yeah, I
so
don't like
leaving
2.
it to you. I'm leaving this one to you 3.
I don't like 2.
You don't like 2?
No, I don't think I like 3 either. But if you go back to 1, well, what's another word for specify?
Clarify?
Allow,
Allow? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's softer. Thank you.
so should it be go to allow exemptions and waivers and regulate performance standards.
Do we want to, the bottom bullet, is it almost the same as the third bullet? Do we just kind of roll that in somehow or another, or?
Yeah, I think that, because the minor activities is highlighted in its own section.
Okay,
And I think that keeps it, keeps it popping.
okay.
So, ability to allow exemptions and waivers, no comma in there, and then comma, and regulate performance standards.
And to regulate or just regulate?
Just regulate. Right?
Okay,
Yes. Yep.
All right, ability to allow exemptions and waivers, comma, and regulate performance standards.
Yes.
Okay. All right. I can make that change. And we have our graphic, which unfortunately doesn't come out any clearer than this, but
I don't know
I
that
think
we
it,
need that on the slide, though.
well, we're gonna talk about
No, because it's in the bylaw, which is in the warrant,
Yeah,
so. I had been hoping for the other image.
I know you were. But this is the one we've been,
This one?
Yeah. I mean, that one's just like, this is how it benefits you, the homeowner, if you live in proximity to wetlands.
right.
This is more academic to the science of the whole bylaw.
Right, right. Well, shall we
And I'm
take,
not going to talk about that
Okay.
at all.
take this out?
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So I think this would be nice to have up on the big screen while the discussion goes on.
Mhm. Okay.
All right. You want to see it again, or are we good?
So another question I have is, on the slides, do they want it to be so black and white, I guess? That's what they want?
Less is more.
Okay.
Yeah.
If you go back to your file menu, hop out of this, I guess.
Oh, what was that?
Your file menu where you have all your folders. So next to that, that's what I was wondering, is like if we put all our words on that slide,
Yeah.
will they allow that?
I think this was good for our public presentations, but I think for town meeting, they want it more. If you're
Black and white?
More just black and white.
Okay,
just-
I just wanted to be sure.
Yep.
We can
Alan
make
is-
all the words fit on there and it will just be pleasant.
It would be pleasant. It would be pleasant.
But, okay, just wanted to ask.
Yep.
Anything else? Any thoughts, Ruth?
Thanks again, Jess.
Well, I was thinking, you must have heard me thinking, George.
Could you come up to the chair if you're going to join the conversation so that the microphone picks you up?
Well, I was thinking about I've heard some comments from people saying that the standards we have now are too strict. And one of the reasons is because of their ability as a homeowner to do so. One of the things, I can't even cut down a dead tree that's in my backyard. And I see you got permission from someone today to do that. There was no problem. But the fact that they rebel against, a homeowner would rebel against that type of thing. So on that one slide that said,
Minor activities.
Pardon?
Minor activities.
Minor activities. I think that would be an important thing to bring out, that it is a loosening up of, not only is it restricting some things that are very, very important, but it's also loosening up of the homeowners too. I think that would be important to emphasize, just from what the stories I've heard and stuff like that, so.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's why we put it in from, because we had started this a couple of years ago, and there were a whole bunch of people up in the Great Hall, and a lot of the comments were about, if I dig up a shrub, I have to come before you, and we want to sort of draw a distinction between if you dig up a shrub and leave a huge honking pile of dirt 6 feet high, unprotected, right next to a stream or a pond that's going to sit there for 3 weeks, that's a problem. If you're digging up your shrub, over the weekend and you're going to get it all cleaned up, not a problem.
Good. Yeah.
But just so you know, this is, and this would be able to specify more clearly what sorts of activities don't need our review, but we can't we can't loosen the standards from the Wetland Protection Act itself. We don't have the power to do that. Our bylaw can't lessen anything that's required by the act.
I guess that's not really what I meant when I
Right.
said that. It was
Okay.
like, you know, digging up a shrub and putting in a different one or something
Right.
like that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Very good.
Yeah.
You're doing a great job, guys.
We were focused on trying to clarify that and make that distinction as Jess said. That was some of the things that we're worried about.
Absolutely.
Actually, some of the people who came to our June 27th, June 20th,
Well, let's see. When was our outreach? June 27th, July 11th, October
are you
8th.
sure it wasn't the 20th?
We had a special meeting on the 20th.
Yeah, I think the special meeting was the 20th.
It's all right there,
The bylaw meeting.
up top.
Oh,
Yeah, number 2.
got it, never mind, I was looking at the wrong spot. At any rate, at the 20th, when we had about 19 people here, there were several people who were saying on one of the buffer zones, why don't you impose the same standards as riverfront? And it's like, much stricter. And we were,
Right.
no. So we were trying to find a nice,
Mm-hmm.
trying to not be draconian, but as sensitive resources are shrinking and developers are pushing against those spots, it protects our shared resource, and also, I think people's property values. And how many people show up at planning board meetings worried about the development that's now going to go in, that's going to flood their basements and stuff. So our big focus is protecting what's already here, and for the residents who are already here in a way, too. So,
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you, you've done, I think you've done a very good job.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mary.
FAQ? This little thing. And you think it's long, George? What do you guys think? I'm done working on it, so if anybody else wants to make it shorter, I leave it in your hands over the next few days. I think I reached my limit. I can't go any less. So, if anybody wants to cut and slash, edit away.
I think at the end of the day, it's on one sheet of paper. This can be there at the town meeting.
Yeah.
People can pick it up, they can read through it. It's not excessively long, so let's just go with it. It sounds fine. Yeah, I'm sure it's, like I said, it's not going to be so much that people are going to balk at it. So.
Well, and Joanne pointed out, actually, people are inclined to take an FAQ and just skim down to see a topic that they're interested in,
Right.
Right, yep.
not digesting the whole.
Yeah.
So I did make some edits to it, and I know Jess loves her graphic, but I think we should put the bylaw graphic in.
And I really disagree.
I know you do.
I guess the only thing I would say about this is, would you want to bring all this stuff about the actual bylaw to the front page, and then all the supporting pieces after? Do we address the bylaw and what they're truly there for possibly first? Or, again, I can see the thought process here is explain why it's so important, then okay, then this is why we're going to do it. But should it truly be flipped? I don't know. I just throw that out there. Right, so
So
you
it would otherwise then read, we have a guinea pig here. Ruth?
Oh, sorry, I was reading.
No, we have a guinea pig in terms of the order. If you were, as a resident, just reading this, does the order of this make sense, the order of items, or would you want to see what's in Ayer's proposed new local wetland bylaw first, and then?
Putting it the other way, I guess maybe just more falls in line with the lack of length kind of concept, thought process. But I can't say that I dislike this per se. I'm just wondering, it's like, what might they care? They being, tell me what might be my mistake.
I thought that perhaps the activities, any activity that alters a wetland must be permitted, and you're responsible for activity before you begin a project. I was wondering if that should be first, actually. I did like very much the what are the wetlands board, and that was when you interrupted me after that one. But reading it, but I wondered if the did you know should come first, actually.
It is in our current one.
Pardon?
It is first right now.
It is first on that? Okay.
Yeah, that's the top of the page. So the
No. Ruth, if I understand what you're saying, you want the third bullet under did you know to be the first one, you're saying. Is that what you're saying? The any activity that alters a wetland, you want that to be the first bullet? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, they sort of reverse them, yeah.
Okay, so any activity number 1, you are responsible.
That would be the first one, right?
Yeah, you are responsible. Number 2.
That would be number 2.
Number 3 actually would be
And then
before you
number
begin.
3.
And
then
actually,
go wetlands and buffer zones.
and then 4 and 5.
Yeah, that's what,
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. Like I said, it's all good stuff.
but that's just
I
me,
just
of
wasn't sure
course,
what,
you know.
Yeah.
what town meeting might want or not, I don't know.
So under why wetlands are important, I'd like the first one, the first bullet towards the end of, let's see, the last sentence in the first bullet. Remember, all of Ayer's drinking water, whether public or private, is connected to our town's wetland resource areas, rather than comes from. You can have this. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Put that in bold.
Hmm?
Put that in bold text.
What?
Remember all of
Okay.
this if you want.
Okay. Let's see, there's a missing one.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you got
you
that.
found that. Okay.
So you pointed that out.
Under what's in Ayer's proposed new local wetland bylaw?
I might have just confused. Okay. That first and foremost, do you want that one to begin with, remember?
No, no.
Oh, okay,
It's-
leave the same order.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
But just change that wording and put it in bold. Got it.
Yep, okay. Under the does not section, in the what's in Ayer's proposed new local wetlands bylaw, the last 2 bullets are kind of the does nots,
Mm-hmm.
are the does nots. So you've got 1 does not in bold.
Okay.
Do you want to put, you want to
Yeah.
make the
Yeah,
rest of the doesn't, does nots and put those in bold too?
yeah.
Joanne, you're saying you're getting rid of the doesn't and making them does not?
Right, bold does nots.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that's good.
The 3rd bullet in that section, I kind of think eliminating the especially every time you turn on a drink of water, turn on the tap to get a drink of water, just end that sentence. Wetland resources also protects each and every one of you, period.
Should be each and every one of us.
Us.
Okay.
under the Ayers Wetland Resources, what are they?
Actually, before we leave that one.
Yeah.
Between they and us, and while this isn't the intent of the bylaw, the side effect is that protection of our resources also protects your property. So I've got our and your. Protection of our shared resource also protects your property value if you ever choose to sell your home. Okay.
Well, it could just be our property value, period. Our
His
property
protection of
values,
our resources also protects property values.
period.
Property
Yep, yeah,
values.
even better. Yep.
Yes, so for all of us. Okay, where else did you go?
This one?
See, preserve property values that we protect.
Preserve.
Preserve. Okay, and where are you under?
There's wetland resources, what are they?
Cushing
Cushing
and
condensed are most environmentally sensitive areas.
Okay.
And what is a local wetland bylaw at MACC? If they had gone to MACC, they would have known the Jeopardy question to
Isolated,
121. Remember that one?
number of communities that now have local bylaws?
Yes, it's 121.
So is that not most?
That's less than half.
Okay.
351 towns,
Yeah.
121.
Many towns in Massachusetts. Okay.
And so if somebody asks, the answer is 121.
Out of 350. Okay.
We had a very funny Jeopardy game as kind of the icebreaker at MACC. It was hysterical.
Yes. So just as long as we're doing edits,
Go for it.
there's a lot of exclamations in this. Do we need them all?
Why not?
I'm expecting it to be like this. So,
Okay.
first thing, so maybe just check that. I count real quickly, 1, 2, 3, 4, just in the first couple bullets. Then also, I'm not really a big fan of alike.
Where?
Alike,
Like.
and you got 3 of them. You got 2 in 1 bullet. And then, so
Okay.
in the third bullet, while providing,
Yeah.
first page, why are wetlands important? I don't think you need them. I think you can just take them out and
Right.
it still reads okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And then in the bottom section, what are buffer zones, why are they important? The very first sentence, there's one in there after environments.
Wait, where are you?
Bottom paragraph, yep,
What are you looking at?
Like,
Oh, where?
after environments.
Oh, got it.
and while we're in that section, this so,
Mm-hmm.
we could dispense with that so.
Okay.
I know. And then as well,
Okay.
protected. No, I know. And then,
Did you get paid by words?
I was just
Word
being
count.
Charles Dickens. He did. It was good enough for Dickens. Yes.
so like wetlands, buffer zones also provide, I think
Okay,
we can
just-
get rid of like wetlands.
Yeah. Okay.
And then maybe add, so here's some adding. And I don't know how this actually, as well as wildlife habitat. You could think about that if you want. I know you're done with this.
Okay. Alrighty.
And then I was wondering if you wanted the commissioners' names at the end of this. Do you?
no.
No. Okay. No. There we go.
Do you?
What's that?
Do you want commissioner names on here?
Oh, no.
Yeah, and phone numbers too.
Just joking.
Okay, so how many of these do you think we should, okay, let's handle the graphic.
The graphic.
Joanne wants the graphic that's in our bylaw. It's redundant.
Well, it's a principle of design. Repetition is good for the soul.
On the other hand, I think I was going for pressing the button of enlightened self-interest with this graphic for people. It's like, oh, this helps me. So, what do you all think? I will abide.
Here, let's look at the pretty graphic. Did I take it out of here already? No, I couldn't. There it is. Look at that beautiful thing.
But I do understand what Jess is saying is that, yeah, okay, if I don't live there, that might not make me care about it.
Mm-hmm.
This could, right? Because it's saying stuff that's going on that's maybe not truly near me. Oh, but look what could happen.
I could get the flooded basement.
Yeah.
John, what do you think?
I like this one.
George, what do you think?
All right, this one.
Yeah. It's okay for that to take you, I think.
Okay.
All right. Be like that.
I shall make all these edits and put yours.
Yes.
Just maybe one more too, I don't know.
Okay.
See what people think. The very, second to last sentence in the
What-
bottom paragraph.
Okay.
Some types of work in the buffer zone, if unregulated, can have devastating impact. Okay with unregulated, maybe unabated buffer zone work, or I just don't, I hate the word regulate in any way, shape, or
know.
form. So I'm thinking is unabated softer, but maybe not.
It wasn't
Unmanaged?
if
Unmanaged,
on,
unsupervised?
we're not directly supers,
Right.
working the buffer zone.
Come on, Georgie, you came up with a good word before with allow.
Uncontrolled,
The thesaurus is home. If,
Unmanaged, poorly managed.
without oversight.
how about unsupervised work in a buffer zone? If unpermitted, if some types of work in a buffer zone without proper protections, without proper measures, or if done without proper protective measures.
Unchecked.
How about poorly planned?
Uncontrolled.
Control is just as harsh.
Okay.
Improper.
Improper.
Improper work in the buffer zone. How about careless work in a buffer zone can have devastating impact?
Careless.
Just reading this and thinking, I don't know much about it, okay. What are buffer zones and why are they important? Then the first word is wetlands. And you go, and so to me that's a little bit like,
Okay.
so I would rather start like buffer zones, the area extending out from 100 feet from most wetlands and 200 feet from rivers and streams.
Oh, how about,
And I mean, that's
Yeah.
because the wetlands, that would sort of be like,
how
a
about,
little bit confusing. Okay.
so how about what you said, buffer zones are that area extending out,
Mm-hmm.
and then, while wetlands perform many vital functions, they need protection, and that's where buffer zones come in or something like that.
Could do
Yep,
that.
I'll reword that a little bit.
The other thing you could do too is, up here you had water wetlands, and then why are they important? So you could do water buffer zones and then do bullets. The same thing, why are buffer zones important? You could, instead of just, anyway, I'm sorry, I shouldn't. But I like what you were talking about, and, changing it there.
Okay.
So what's the word?
You'll see tomorrow.
I guess so.
So I'll play with it and then circulate it, the revised draft, circulate it tomorrow. And then anybody can get edits to me by, well, we see each other Saturday morning for the site walks. And then,
To which the planning board has been invited. Yeah.
and then, how many copies do you think we should have for town meeting? And actually, if we had extra copies, they can be up in our office. We could do that by changing it from Air Wetlands Bylaw FAQ to Air. Yeah, I guess it could still stay that. Yeah, never mind, as is.
See, we said 150,
Hmm?
150.
150. Is that something we can do here?
Mhm.
Okay, good. All right. Okay, so I will
So much for being done.
edit, well, as long as it's not major. It's not-
Right,
it's
right.
Tweaking, this is tweaking.
Tweaking.
Okay. And
Okay, Conservation Office updates.
All right, let's go back to the other one here. I went on a little drive about this afternoon. 217 West Main Street, the paving has all been done around the storage units, but the tree box filters have not been planted. So I thought I would make a phone call.
can they be planted this time of year?
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You did do some plantings, so it looks good.
Yeah, the plantings out front look very, very good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought so.
Yep. I went to look at the Rosewood Ave culvert. The water is back up in that, way up in that.
Anything from Mike Lottie?
I did actually reach him on the phone between last meeting and this meeting. And he would very much like to get this wrapped up. I sent him the slide from PowerPoint a few meetings ago showing the various tide lines in that brook, and he said, that he was going to reach out to a landscape architect to see if he could find somebody who could figure out what would actually survive under those fluctuating conditions. So I took a photo today, which I will send to him also saying, guess what? Let's see. Yeah, so this is what it looked like today. Just a very, very high, very, very
Pretty.
high. Beautiful. Oh, it was beautiful out there this afternoon. The new gas station is green. All the hydroseeded grass has sprouted. They've planted all kinds of shrubs. The big evergreens that we specified back by the diesel pumps are in and look very happy.
They've done a nice job.
They did a very nice job. Yep, a very nice job.
Do you know when they're opening?
I don't. There were lights on inside the building when I came by tonight. They've
About a month away, last time I was there, probably. About a month away, I would think, by the time they get stuff stocked and. Yeah.
actual walls inside the building, they're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
quite there yet. They built the sidewalk from the gas station to the condos driveway that's in. Pingree Hill replication areas, we've been getting reports from Deshang. He and his helper Francis are doing a good job keeping an eye on things up there. I stopped today to see Luke, who is working on lot 02, which is the one right on the Littleton line on 2A. And I had asked him to put the replication area in at the same time they were putting the wetland crossing in, because that seemed reasonable. And so the crossing is in. He's working on the foundation hole. The wetland soil is sitting in a pile. And there isn't any real actual plan to get the replication area built. So he was going to talk to Deshang. He's only doing what he's told. But I did say to him, that was how it was supposed to happen. And so let's see what we can do going forward to make it not be 2 years before it happens. They did get the woody plants in the lowest replication area at the bottom of Woodland Way, and they look beautiful. Very, very nice. So we're running about 50%.
Did they ever save any of the stuff that had tagged? I remember a while back you had shown pictures of it, and like we thought there was a tag on something they were supposed to like take and replant somewhere else. Or did they ever do any of that? Or was it all just new stuff they ended up putting in? Am I thinking in the right spot?
Yeah.
I can't remember across like over here. We thought we had
They were
taped
gonna
a
try to
couple
save
things.
some of the small stuff.
Yeah, then come in and just square everything out.
Yeah.
In that low replication area? Or what?
I think as it was coming down, it was by the wetland crossing, I think. I thought.
So that's the area where all the herbaceous material that they were gonna have to plant just seeded itself in naturally.
Okay.
But what hadn't started was the woody stuff. So I have some pictures here. They cut back the herbaceous stuff so that they could get in there enough to plant the woody stuff.
Okay.
But it's still there, the roots are still in the ground. So this is,
So I think in my mind, this would be looking from the other side of what I have stuck in my head. I think, looking back up, right?
That's what I thought.
this is looking down into the,
This is looking down, okay.
down in. So do you remember where the basin was washing out?
Yeah.
So if we were standing at that place where the basin was washing out, this was down the slope to the left, this area.
Okay.
Is
I
that,
think I might be thinking of something totally different then.
okay.
Well, those both are.
Maybe I got the same name, but I'm just thinking of something else.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks,
Maybe
it
got
looks.
twisted around in the back there. That could be.
Well, I'll bring the big plan and we can we probably ought to go up there or send me up just with Deshang to say, all right, winter's coming. Let's get these. There are a few dangling things. They're doing a pretty good job keeping up with, but there's some broken stuff that should get taken care of.
That sounds good.
Yep. So the conservation restriction for the Littleton Road subdivision, Mark the planner and I met with Robert last week. And Robert has agreed to have the town, not the Conservation Commission, hold the conservation restriction. And the homeowners association, which they're going to have to establish, is going to hold the ownership interest in that open space parcel. And the homeowners association is going to pay the Conservation Commission to hire somebody to monitor the conservation restriction.
Okay.
So Mark and I are in the process of trying to find a couple of companies who can give us estimates.
It's like Oxbow being one.
I asked Oxbow, I've asked Mass Audubon, I asked Paul McManus. Mass Audubon said probably not, but here's somebody else you might try. So that was my list, and Mark has a list of 4 companies that he's
Would BSC do
contacting.
something like that? No?
I think they're on his list.
Okay.
Beals is on his list. I don't remember who else is on his list.
GC, right? I think there's another firm out there, GC.
Well, drop me an email if you can think of anybody else. So that's moving forward. The site walk Saturday, I bumped into a planning board member in the hallway this evening who said that Dan Aho and John Boardman invited the whole planning board on our site walk to Shaker Mill Pond on Saturday.
And that's at 8, right?
That's at 8. And then we've got the other,
3 others, right?
yep.
What's the next one after that? We've got,
Longview.
Longview,
and
Oh,
Red
wait.
Road.
Longview, and then we were gonna look at the
Sheds.
sheds.
Yep. So I do have a draft of a friendly letter about the sheds to the homeowners, but here it is Thursday and we're going Saturday.
Can you try and give them a call, or?
I don't know if we would have a phone number for them.
Just talk and stick it in their door.
I can go stick it in their door.
Yeah.
Do you want to read?
Sure.
George and Jess have read it, but you could read it again.
Oh,
They're sharing.
isn't that nice?
It is so nice. So I think I do have to take the before out of the last sentence and just say after our site walk. Is that friendly enough?
Do you have
Um,
dates, or do you need dates for your question marks?
I have one date, 2010, and how long do we want to give them to get any things out of the sheds?
30 days.
30 days?
I was gonna say by 11:30.
11:30 that day?
No, November 30th.
Say 11th.
We're going by 11, get it out by 11:30.
Will help. Okay.
George bringing his truck.
All right. Letters to doors. All right, site walk, no, the next one, database. Here's a screenshot of the beginning part of our database. This is so exciting. So she's got tabs here for the different parts of a notice of intent that need data put in. And she's very sharp, and she has figured out how our forms talk to each other. So, but they're not actually laid out in the same order. But she has seen, for instance, property recording information needs to be entered on multiples of our forms. So as soon as it goes in here, it's going to go in any other place it's required, which is just a wonderful thing. So we've got tabs to get to various parts of the different forms. There's a way to scan information in and attach it to the database. We're missing the emergency beaver. Permit and the emergency action. I'm just completely blanking on what.
Yeah.
Like
When
the
it's an
utility
emergency.
one, utility one or whatever.
No, there's a permit for, well, emergency,
Certification.
yeah.
The emergency certification. I've got to get that to her, but coming along. We're getting there. It's very exciting. Did you guys see this?
Yeah.
If you follow our Facebook post on the Town of Ayer website, this is all the river basins in the United States. So here's the Connecticut River, right here. This blue one, I'm pretty sure, is the Merrimack. This is probably the Allagash up here.
Yeah. Well, Allagash would be further north, up in there.
Maybe this,
Yeah.
maybe that.
Yeah, it's above, it's very top of the state. So is that all of the Mississippi?
This pink is stuff that drains into the Mississippi.
Wow.
Yep. This is the Colorado River.
Yeah.
And the guy who created this from existing data sets also made one of just New England. That we could buy the digital file for this for $8. So if this is probably the Merrimack.
Okay, yeah. Nice, yeah.
Our little river must be in here.
Left.
Pretty sure? No, because we're further.
Do we drain into the Connecticut?
This is the Cape.
Right,
Into the
yeah.
Merrimack, I think.
Yeah.
We drain into the Merrimack. Yeah.
And then it's probably right all over just a little bit more. Right, then go up. Right there.
Maybe.
Yeah. pretty
Because
close.
the other one would be, it's the Concord below it, isn't it?
The Concord,
Purple.
the acid, this?
Yeah.
No, because
No.
the Concord drains. I don't know. Does Concord go the other way?
Yeah.
Well, they're beautiful, beautiful
they
images.
are. Yeah.
Really, talk about water connecting us all.
Where would the Missouri River be on that?
Does it drain into the Mississippi?
In here somewhere.
Yeah, it's
I don't
left
know.
off the Mississippi there, right?
Yeah, it goes up to the left.
Yeah,
This-
something like that. That's what I think, yeah.
So I read, someone told me that the Missouri River is not a little bit, but a lot longer than the Mississippi.
Definitely looks like it.
Yeah.
Mhm. Well, if it goes all the way.
Yep.
Yeah.
Goes to the Continental Divide.
Yeah. Very cool. And we've
This is
had,
Cool.
Book called River Horse. Guy got in a boat on the Hudson River. He sailed across country to the west coast on all the rivers.
wow.
Really?
Yeah.
So here's the Hudson. It's,
Well,
wow,
he could-
river horse.
Yeah, he had a little trouble with Missouri.
That's all I've got.
Okay. Member updates. Mark?
What's the latest on Mary's retaining wall? Have you
I,
stopped by at all?
I have not stopped by. They did pay their ad cost.
I paddled by there just a couple of days ago. and
Yes.
They haven't done anything.
Really?
It's like just stalled.
Yeah, it's like that pile of dirt at the end of the driveway seems to be
Right.
still there.
So that poor oak tree is getting smothered. They haven't moved the soil away from that. Yeah, sad.
Yeah.
Yep.
I was telling Joanne earlier, I reached out to Dre Agostino to see if she was interested maybe.
To who?
Andrea.
Oh.
Dre. She goes by Dre.
Okay.
But yeah, she's really tied up with the kids and all, so.
And your other friend is,
Yeah, he said he wanted to get to another meeting, but again, he was always on the fence about the time commitment. He may not be
Yeah.
able to, I didn't see him come home tonight, so. So yeah, he might be struggling with it, so, but yeah.
it's one thing of trying to get people to participate more is a challenge.
MACC, we had a good time.
We did. We had a very, I thought it was a good,
Yeah.
it was a good conference. What 2 sessions did you go to?
I did site plans and site walks, so that was good. Got myself prepped for Saturday, and then enforcement. So that was a little interesting. A lot of legalese battling going on there. It was great. It was like we had all these lawyers, bunch of commissioners and such, and there was like one contractor. He was just kind of like the contractor. So yeah, it was interesting, but yeah, no, it was good.
Good. I went to the urban trees workshop. Basically, plant trees. It's good for everything. And the native plants and pollinators, plant trees. They're good for everything. Kind of the takeaway from both of those. They were very, very good.
I planted about 200 bulbs on Sunday then too.
Oh, very nice. I've got my bag of 25 daffodils, and
Hyacinths and daffodils and tulips and
right,
all kinds of stuff.
right.
And crocuses, kind of mixed them into the wood edge there, hopefully. I said, let's see if they'll come up. They were on sale at Walmart for like $1. So I was like, all right, put them in.
Yep.
They're all
Wait
good.
until you get to that point of, oh, I have to put them in. And then you can procrastinate,
Got a
and then the ground
yeah, a little
freezes.
here, a little bulb planter. It was hurting, so.
Yeah.
Did you look up and see all the squirrels watching?
Well, that's what I was like. Let's see how long these actually last, but we'll see.
Hopefully they're distracted by all the acorns that fell this year.
Yeah,
my
I had
goodness.
oodles of acorns too, so
Unbelievable, huh?
oaks were all over the place.
Yep.
It was like, I felt like I was
Yes.
walking on marbles through the lawn.
You have to be
Yeah.
careful.
Yeah.
There's an easy way to get rid of them,
But
Hire a
Who do I have
goat.
to call?
Hire a goat.
Goat Busters.
That's a good thought.
goat busters, good one.
That's all I got.
John?
When I was paddling around Flanagan's, it was a beautiful day to be out too, by the way, but I was just noticing that there's a half a dozen, possibly more docks that are just sinking into the water. Obviously, they haven't been used for years. You know, some are wooden and some are steel and
Hmm.
what's, is that thing, anything that we have any say over, trying to get the trash out of the pond?
I don't know. I don't think so, but,
No. I was just curious.
we control it before they put it in.
Yeah. They don't have to take them out on a yearly,
Not on those ponds.
on those ponds, okay.
Yeah. They're not great ponds.
Yep.
So you're talking about the ones along, like I noticed, you can see a couple from Central Ave as you're driving down, like you can see
Yeah.
they're pretty beat up.
Yeah, both sides really,
Yeah.
yeah, they're sinking. No, that's all I got.
Jess?
Well, I guess I'll get Cindy to keep running our ad for,
She asked me today if we wanted to take it down off the displays here in Town Hall. I said, oh, no, please.
maybe just keep
Yep,
running.
yep, keep running it.
And then the other would be, is we have town meeting coming up Monday, and issue of the changing of the guard
After the meeting.
after the meeting,
Yeah,
the next
yeah.
time.
Next meeting.
Yeah.
So get together and chat.
And one of the things George has been meeting with Joanne on Tuesdays at 5:30 on the way home from work. And what I thought might be a really nifty thing would be if the three of you did that, had some overlap, and he can coach you. Everything you don't want to know about being chair.
I'm available at 5:30 on Tuesdays as a general rule, so
Okay.
where do you meet?
In the office.
In your office?
Yep, we call it Tuesday Topics.
You have 3 chairs?
I have 3 chairs, I do.
Is
Yep.
there snacks involved?
There are some dog treats in there.
I have dog treats. I could have people treats. I keep a little index card of things that need Tuesday topic attention, and have just recently started sending George a picture of the index card ahead of the meeting so that he can gather his thoughts.
Okay.
We should have done this a long time ago.
And do you have another email now that you're no longer at Fenn?
Yeah. Well, Joanne's got it.
Okay.
Mhm.
I'm hooked to the world. Begrudgingly.
Yeah.
Monday's town meeting, that's at 7, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay. I should be there. I might have a conflict though.
Mm.
But
I would
very
imagine.
likely I will be.
George, what do you think about the commission either standing to the side of Jess or at least sitting in the front row near Jess? All of us being close together?
I don't know, I mean, last time when we were talking about the weed control, I thought it was nice that Bonnie got up out of the audience and said something.
Okay.
So it'll be George and me up in the front.
Yeah.
So if I start going out of line, he's going to just whack me.
Right.
I'd like to see that.
Going off script.
Yeah, I'd like to see that too, George. Yeah. That would be new for a town meeting. to have a Whack fest.
Yeah.
Right. No, that's a good point, actually.
Yeah.
So you're meeting next Tuesday?
Yeah.
Every Tuesday?
Every Tuesday.
Okay. I will pencil that in.
Everybody start being nice to John.
Yes. So one thing we haven't talked about is second in command. No interest in Mark?
Sure.
You only have to know 2 words.
That's right. So moved. He's trained me well.
Yeah,
You've been practicing.
yeah, you got it better than Bonnie.
Okay, actually, town meeting might be a good spot to say, oh, by the way, we have a commissioner opening.
Could be.
It would be a room full of interest.
If you think about the 19 people that were here for the
Yeah.
20th,
Yeah. Yeah.
there might be some interest.
Yeah, you know, it's
I was
like according to the
surprised.
Wetland Protection Act and our bylaw, we need 5 members. And, you know, so just to fulfill that, you know, is in the terms of our bylaw.
Right, exactly.
So you could make it relevant.
We're taking names right now.
Right.
Well, there's some ones we don't want. All right, any committee updates?
CPC's crossing its fingers on its warrant article, so
Okay.
that's all I got. Zoning hasn't been meeting, haven't been any applications last 2 months.
Mhm.
All right.
Motion to adjourn?
Second. Sorry. I was going to say so moved. Sorry.
All in favor?
Aye.